Hello everybody, welcome to A Crafter's Story. I've run out of a couple of little pieces in my collage fodder box, and so I thought I'd like to make little circles of different sizes that I can stack, either stack or not stack. But I have to start with a background sheet, and so I've got a bunch of this paint left that I'm trying here, there and everywhere to use up. So oh, it's moving. So I'm just painting random strips of color on some printer paper, and this one I think probably has enough color, so I'm gonna set it aside, and I'm hoping to get about 4 sheets out. So let's see, rid of some of that. And really, I'm not thinking at all, guys. I just want to get color down, because at the end of the day when I start drawing circles and patterns on these sheets, it's not going to matter where the color sits. It's only going to matter that there is color. So am taking just basically poster paint that I had in my stash, and I am placing color very randomly all over the place. Nothing is well thought out, as per usual with me. I'm really just trying to get splashes of color here, there and everywhere. Okay, so this one's good. I have that one. Oh, white space. No, don't want white space. Next one. I've stacked these white sheets just for speed, honestly. I just wanted to get through these, but for some reason I've lost. I have at least 8 of these, and I could only find 4, but one is being used, so I couldn't take that, so I've only got 3. The oddest thing, I don't know where they are. Maybe in the kitchen, because I wash them every so often. I didn't check there. It's okay. I just want to get the color down. No mess, no fuss. And once these are dry, the one thing I do like about this very thin watered down paint is that it dries really fast. So if you're in a hurry to get a craft done because you don't have a ton of time, which I think is the case for many of us, I craft really early in the morning. I make my videos very early in the morning. Oftentimes I'm doing this at sort of 5 or 5:30 in the morning, and I need my crafts to be not quick. I don't want to say they're quick because I don't want to discount what I do, but it is nice when the paint dries quickly so that I can get to the next step, you know. Alright, next one. This one I'm going to have to do just straight on my cutting board, on cutting mat, and that's okay. I use these to mix some of the colors, so we'll just get rid of those. I have quite a lot of paint left, but I think 4 sheets, maybe I should do 5 sheets if I've got a lot of color left, right? Don't want to waste anything. Oh, that's a lot of yellow. How can blue? Stick some blue in the middle here. And on the side, at first I just didn't really pay attention to the colors. I was just using up what I had in my drawer, because I'm trying to use it up so that I can go and get more. Any excuse to go to the craft store. I'm terrible. I need to go into the craft store with cash, and I need to walk in there and go, okay, so this is it. This is all the money you have. This is the only things you're allowed to buy, because if I walk in there with a credit card or anything like that, I blow the budget. I just can't help it. There's so much awesomeness in those craft stores, in those hobby stores. What can I say? I have fun with it. I think I've got enough for one more sheet, and because I don't really have any of those boards left, I'm going to try just move this little guy aside, and it's now going to take some of the paper off the screen, you guys. I'm sorry because it's at the wrong orientation, but I just don't want to waste any of this paint, so I'm going to empty out what I've got here. Okay, that one's empty, that's good. And maybe this is just a sort of brownie red page regardless. Yeah, let's just do that. I think that's just fine. Let's see, what have I got left here? I've got a little bit of the green. I'll plonk that down there. Some more red. Oh, lots of red. Too much red. Lots of the white. Oh, that's mixing in nicely. Okay, just like that. More white. See if I've got some of this yellow. Oh, yes. Okay, that really did just enough for 5 sheets. But I did go on a bit thick. There you go. Okay, so now these guys are going to have to dry, and I don't think it'll take long. I'm going to give it a good hour, and maybe go and grab some breakfast, make my breakfast smoothie, and then come back and we'll start doodling on these and then cutting them out. Okay, see you in a bit. They are all dry now. It's actually the next morning. I couldn't come back yesterday morning to carry on, so they are well and truly dry. So just to have a quick recap of what these look like, I did 5 sheets. I've already cut one up because I wanted to make sure that I knew that it would work. So the colors are gorgeous. They're really, really nice. There they all are. And then I decided late yesterday to do 2, well, actually did 3. I've cut one up already. 3 of this sort of lime green yellow sheet, because I realized when I do the circle stacks in the different sizes that I needed a contrast, and so this is our contrast page. So I'm going to take, let's just take this one, and let's cut up, should we cut up this one with all the pretty pink on it? And I'm going to flip the script on myself a little bit. I said we will doodle then cut. I'm going to cut then doodle. So what I'm going to do on the back of each of these is to just draw circles. I think I had no symmetry here, guys. This is just very, very rough circles, and just gives me an idea of where to cut. And I know that I'm making my circles smaller because there's 4 and then there's 5, and I'm going to go even smaller, and I should be able to get 6 out here because it's so much smaller. And then again, what's that, 1, 2, 3, 6, so they should be probably closer to 8 here. Just an idea of, okay, so there. We're going to do the same with this one. Some larger circles. Whoop, these are a bit bigger than a little bigger than I really thought I was making. Oh, it's fine. It's okay. And then the smaller ones. That. let me hurry it up a bit so I'm not... Okay, just like that. Now we're going to cut these out. And in my previous 2 pages, I got, I think 8 stacked circles out and had leftovers. So I think I'm probably going to get about the same here. I'm just going to cut out very roughly. It'll take too long for me to cut all of these out, because you'll be sitting here with me for the next half an hour while I cut out all these circles. I'm going to go ahead and just cut out a few, and then we will do some stacking and some doodling. I cut out those 2 pages. I cut the circles out from those 2 pages, should I say, and as you can see, you can get a ton of circles from just those 2 pages, but you don't get as many of the big ones. You get about 3, 4, but when you start cutting out the little ones, you get quite a bit. So what we're going to start with is going to probably do 2 at a time, and let's get some glue down. So we have the big one at the bottom, the big circle at the bottom, just a blob of glue in the middle, and then we go the next size down, and the next size is going to be green for here, but that's a bit small. Let me see if I can get a bigger one. There we go, like that, and opposite color for there, and then more glue. I could have cut the second size a little bigger, I think, but it's okay. Now the next size down, I think maybe I should have gone this. Let me cut it slightly smaller. I think I'm going to do the same to this one, just a fraction smaller, just so we've got more of the second layer sticking out. That might be enough. Yes, that is enough. Okay, and I think I'll do the same with this one. Get a little extra off here. A little bit more. Be a bit more generous with my cut. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I'm not gonna, let me not be all funny about it. That one goes there, a little bit smaller maybe. I've glued a few already, because I found that, oh gosh, this stuff, I found that when the glue between the layers is still wet and I'm trying to doodle on it, they shift. And so I glued a few last night, just so that we had some ready to go for a doodle project on top of doing the layering. I'm going to cut this a little bit smaller. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. So perfect. Okay. This is really, it's, these colors shouldn't work, excuse me, and yet they do. It always amazes me with collage. You know, you do something and you think, oh my gosh, that's gonna clash horribly, and then it all comes together and you go, ooh, that's so good. It's just amazing. Art is wonderful. Creating is wonderful, because I just feel like there's never any boundaries, you know, at least not in my head. What comes out on paper is sometimes a little different, but in my head it works. Okay, I think we could probably get away with some of these little ones. Let me get an itsy bitsy one for here, And the number of layers that you put down is up to you. The size of your circles is up to you. You could make one great big one, that could be fun, and maybe use it as a cover or a card. I'm giving myself all kinds of ideas here. So these circle sizes are not cast in stone, guys. Just, they can be whatever you want. Okay, so you can see how, I'll move these aside now, but you can see how the circles kind of, I don't know, I don't want to get all weird and artsy craftsy on you guys. I almost said the wrong word, but it could, they tell their own story. Okay, so let me move this aside and get some of the ones out that are dry, because then we can doodle on those. Give me one sec while I get cleaned up here. These are the ones that I glued last night that I was able to get out of just 2 sheets, one with a multicolor and one with just that lime green yellow. And so I've already done a doodle experiment on these 2. See if I can bring them a little closer and you can see. I think they came out really nicely. Now you could leave your circles with nothing on them, and I think they would be beautiful on their own. And you could actually use this collage fodder as, you know, maybe a bouquet of flowers on a page and draw little stems down. I don't know how I'm going to use these yet, and since I've got so many circles that I can play around with, I'm going to play. I have a brown paint pen, and these are just my Uniposcas. So I'm going to just just make some little markings here, there, and everywhere. I don't think you can see this one very well because it's brown on brown, which is a really dumb move, Celeste. So let's repeat it on the lighter color on the inside, which does show up a bit better. That's much nicer. Okay, let's see if we use a green, which I think is a little bright, but let's just do it anyway. I'll just go softly on the green and do a little, make this one a dotty one, just like that. This is one of those dollar store pens that I really love, and oh gosh. Okay, so here is my gold, and I'm just gonna feather out like a little star feather design on the outside. This is the fun part, because you can transform your circle cluster into something that looks completely different by the time you're done with your doodling. That's the fun part, right? Let's see, what else can we do? Where's my black? Here's my black. What if I just do a squiggle? Okay, so I've marked up that one. Those 3 are marked up. Just a little round something in the middle there. Really not going to think. Let's just go. There, while I've got the black in my hand, let's do something. When you're doing your circles, you know, make many circles. So if you make one that maybe you don't like, I almost never throw anything out that I don't like. I always sort of put it aside and see if I can use it somewhere else some other time. But don't be afraid just to do whatever you feel like in the moment. you know. It's there's no, I find in doodling, which is my favorite part, that there's never a wrong doodle. Nope. Let's see, since I've got this one, I'll go dotty again. I'm trying to work fast because I was hoping that we could get all of them done, and we can see while we use the same, you know, dots and circles and stripes and whatnots on each of these, they're going to all look very, very different at the end. And that's partly because maybe partly because of the variation in the painted paper. Maybe that's part of the reason why each of these look so different. Okay, let's put that away. Let's get the gold out. Did I finish that one? I didn't finish this one. Let's... And maybe I'll leave the outside with nothing. Come back to it. Maybe get this one, some gold. I guess I could have aged up some of these circles before stacking them. It's an idea too, depending on the color that you've chosen your circles to be. Some ink aging could be an idea too. Let's see. Here we go. Whoops, overlapped. It's okay. It's okay, no problem. Working on these three, right? Yes. Like that. There we go. Almost there. Oh, it's exciting. Almost there. Let's see if I can get this white paint pen to work. Giving me a little bit of a hard time. Let's see. Oh, hey, just to prove me wrong, it works. Oh my gosh, my paint pen is revolting. Not revolting as in horrible, revolting as in it's challenging me. I've got some of this glue everywhere. Just because I said it was my paint pens are saying, no, you can't say that about us. We'll show you. Okay, so that's that. Let's see, maybe like this. If anybody is interested in joining our Facebook group and you decide to make these, please come along. I upload a Friday freebie. I apologize, I'm so sorry. Something that I usually design in my design software that you can download and use in your projects. So please, if you are if you want to, if you feel that you want to come and join us, please do that. The link is always in the description below, and please don't forget to subscribe so that we can visit more often. Okay, that one is done. I'll just do a squiggle on this one, and then this one is done. There we go. And what should we do here? Maybe also just some radial lines. This one, and then this one's done, and then we're done with all of them. So, gosh, they are so pretty once they are all decorated. Even I have to say so myself. There you go. Thank you so much for sticking around and for visiting with me. It has been so much fun, and I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye.